We're back!
Yay!
We are back live. We had to switch rooms. So, downstairs is like this dead spot for Wi-Fi. So, didn't help the situation. So we are back up in the studio, up in the extra bedrooms. I might have to adjust the lens a little bit or remove it entirely, so you guys have a good view. I don't know, might be a little fuzzy. Get in there. Is that okay?
Is the sound quality good?
Does it look okay? Sound good? You guys have a good feed? I don't know. What happens when I go like this? It's just me and Abby. Let me move you guys back and see if we can get everybody in frame.
In the hood.
Okay, well, we can kind of get everybody in frame like that.
Yeah.
So that works.
Abby, can you say hi? Say hi.
All right, full disclosure here. We've actually got a whole bowl of snacks for Abigail to kind of keep her interested. You know, because I know you guys want to see a lot of Abby. So, Abby, can you say hi to everybody? Look
at the camera.
You see us? Yeah, look at there.
Can you blow kisses? Yeah. Blow kisses.
Go. Mwah. That's bed. Go like this. Look. Mwah. Good girl.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So once again, Isaiah's over here moderating questions. He's got the laptop out talking to you guys, and you know, making sure we don't get any spammers, anything like that up here. So whatever questions you guys have, throw them at us. Like I said in the attempted live feed before, is you know, we're open to any questions. Whatever you guys want to ask, we can probably answer the question. There's some stuff that, you know, there's private things, of course, like in any situation, but ask away.
All right. So, how old are the kids? Isaiah's 15. Abigail's 12. So, how are we doing this?
What do you mean?
Because he's typing the
right.
answers?
You can't type books because you got to read us questions. Okay?
Got it.
All right.
Yeah, we can answer questions.
Right.
You don't need to type everything.
So, let's see. Ellie asked, hey, how do you find buying clothes for Abby? Mom.
Oh, I have so much fun. But the problem is Abigail is in between sizes right now. So she can wear some junior clothes and some women's, so it makes it hard. But she's not picky about what she wears. She doesn't have any kind of sensory issues with textures or anything, so that makes it easy. So, yeah, I love buying clothes for Abby.
Yeah. Well, so when we buy stuff that has things on it, like patterns or beads or anything like that, she tends to pick them off, or she'll try to chew on them. So we do avoid that stuff, right? Like, you know, ribbons, like a little bow on there, she'll destroy it.
Yeah.
What was your question? What do you got?
Swift Swimmer said, what is Abby... That's hard to say. Swift Swimmer said, what is Abby's favorite sensory toy?
The little... hold on. Okay.
Oh, the spinners.
Yeah.
You know, like the globe where you hit the button on the side and it spins on the inside, and some of them light up. Some of them have like a snow globe style spinner that's got the handle. Does that make you guys
Those
know what I'm
are
talking
her
about?
favorite.
Yeah.
And we buy them all the time. She loves
She likes the lights, the vibration. She likes to put it against her forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Drawing with Micah. And,
really?
And guys.
You're going to make us cry.
Oh.
Aww.
We will, where are those gummy bears that we had in the... Okay. This is the last thing that Drawing with Micah, Micah's dad, Danny, did for us. And but they just bought us dinner. Do you guys see that? That's you guys are amazing.
Wow,
amazing,
thank you. Amazing
channel too. Definitely check out Drawing with Mike. I know I say it all the time, and I don't just give props to any channel. I truly enjoy what these guys do on that channel. It's awesome. I love seeing Micah create. I love seeing persons with autism create. It's an awesome thing.
I'm going to take a couple questions here real quick. Abby's birthday was May 12th, and that's when she turned 12. And Abby is in a very good mood today.
Yeah.
And where do we buy bigger pull-ups? We buy them on Amazon. Don't you have a link?
The For the swim diapers?
Well, there's also ones for the same type of pull-up, but we buy little swimmer type things. But then there's pull-ups as well that you can get.
So I'll leave a couple links down below. After this video is over, I go back and I add the description and the thumbnail and all that. So I will make sure I put a couple links.
Hold
Can
on.
you make a note to remember to do that?
Yeah.
I'll leave a couple links for you for the little swimmers. They're not little swimmers. They're adult-sized swim diapers. Abigail wears like a small, and then the adult pull-ups also, and they're reasonably priced. They're definitely cheaper than regular baby pull-ups.
Yeah.
So Amy Lynn said, "What advice could you give about safeguarding if they're picking up things and eating them? For example, my sister put glass in her mouth and we didn't know until after."
There's only so much you can do. Really, I mean, it's because of things you come across in public, but the biggest thing is picking up. I mean, that's,
And a lot of it's redirection. I mean, you have to redirect them, and then we did a pick-up protocol with our ABA therapist to teach Abigail things that are okay to put in your mouth and things that aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So we would try to find something that was whatever texture, because with her, and I don't know if every child with pica is like this, but she goes through different textures. So if we had something like grass, then we would try to find an edible replacement for something that's similar to grass.
Yeah. So that's pica protocol. You can definitely talk to your therapist about that. We could probably do a video on that as well. I do want to study up on it before I give that information out, right?
Yeah.
We could talk about that in a video, but and then having a chewy, because Abigail is very oral, and having that chewy attached to her frequently, especially when we go out in public, when there's a lot of things that she can pick up and put in her mouth, and we may not want her to.
Ellie asked, "Is it hard to get Abby to go to school sometimes?"
Yeah, I mean, just like any typical child, Isaiah doesn't always like to go to school, so yes, sometimes it is. She wants to be lazy. She's a preteen.
It's Joey's World asked, would Abby chew gum? So that Joey won't. No, Abby swallows gum. She will chew it for a good while, but she swallows it way too soon. So no, it's
pretzel or fish.
Melissa, I want to say thank you for the compliment about my photography.
Melissa said, Isaiah, you're becoming an awesome photographer. I really enjoy seeing your uploads.
Well, thank you. Also about your question, I'm so sorry. I'm really good at this. I promise you guys, I'm really good.
Is it really?
What's Abby's favorite type of music to listen to? She likes pop the most.
Yeah.
Anything with a beat, without a doubt.
Yep.
How do you deal with, Brianna asked, how do you deal with meltdowns in public? It really depends on the location, and it depends on the meltdown. You have varying degrees of meltdowns. Isaiah and I had, one of you guys saw the video when we went camera shopping the other day. Isaiah and I had to deal with a meltdown in like the worst possible place. It was the flea market's a rough place to deal with that because you have a lot of non-English speaking people, so you can't express to them what's going on unless you're fluent in their language. They're not maybe going to understand what's going on because it's not commonplace in that environment, and then everybody else just kind of stares. It's definitely not the kind of place that these things happen frequently. Yeah, you gotta come on, sit like a lady here. How are you doing? Isaiah and I switched off with that because she was just having a rough time. When she went to full-blown meltdown, we both helped her get through the meltdown and just helped to calm her. Abigail is very hard to calm because she does self-calm on her own. But, and like you guys know, if you watched the video, I didn't handle it real well. I kind of yelled at a guy for staring, rudely. He was rudely staring. But yeah, if it gets to a point, we'll definitely remove her from the situation. We don't immediately remove her because sometimes she will just calm down.
Abby's favorite food is Mexican food.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah, she likes where everything kind of flows together on the plate, like the burrito and the beans and the sauce and that's her jam. It's personal space, Ab. All right. What's our next question, son?
Well, we have from Dennis the Cow. When Abby was younger, did she have a soft toy she really liked? My son Brandon and 5-year-old. I'm so sorry.
My son Brandon, 5 years old, still will not let go.
She
will
did.
not let go of his teddy bear.
Remember the lamb that my dad and Ruth bought for her? And she loved it so much that they had to find another one.
Right.
So that
It
when
started
that
to get-
one
Started to get a little worn
funky.
It was kind of gross.
Yeah.
It was like a you know those snowballs that we got in the sensory therapy box?
Yeah.
Not the last
Like
box
that.
we did, the box before, but the texture was like a
It was soft. It's a soft.
really soft, but it was
Yeah.
a different texture.
Yeah.
And we didn't know at the time that was probably that's a gummy bear. It's a chewed gummy bear.
Oh, it's true.
We probably didn't know at the time that it was a sensory thing more than anything.
What do you want?
You want candy or you want chip?
Fish.
Fish. You want fish. Eat what? Drink? No, drink. You can. She can have some of mine. That's fine.
Oh lordy.
You got a question for us?
I'm trying to.
You got to read
This
it.
is
and ask.
really hard.
You'll be okay.
It's Joey's World said, how do you deal with Abby's shoe boycott and the infamous Florida fire ants? Well, I can answer the fire ant part. Not very well.
What do you want?
I was attacked by fire ants while taking some photos, so that didn't end well for me.
Are you reading half the question? How do we deal with shoes and fire
I
ants?
just said I can answer the fire ant
No,
part.
like Abby.
Abby not wearing shoes and the fact that we have fire ant. Y'all, he's gifted. He goes to a gifted school. I swear he does.
You might,
All right.
you might need to hire someone
All right,
to do this.
shoes. We just gave up on that. It's a battle we don't fight. She doesn't wear shoes. Now, I mean, obviously we go like places like the flea market. She puts shoes on. She wears shoes when we go out. But as soon as we get to any place where she's sitting down, the shoes come off. Abby's been bit by ants a lot. It has happened, but we kill all the ants in our yard, so that kind of solves that problem. Most of the time when she's barefoot outside, she's Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you were gonna ask.
No, I'm moving on to another question.
And then
They're just mumbling over here, so I'm just gonna move forward.
Oh wow. Summer said, "OMG." Hey, Summer. What's your question, Bev?
Does Abby do ABA therapy? Yes, she does. We have a couple of videos about that, so you can go back and watch those. And then Isaiah, when did you first notice that Abby was different?
I didn't
You didn't notice, right?
really notice.
Because there was always Isaiah was 4 when Abby was born. So Abby's always been Abby to him. It's never been any there's never been any difference. He didn't have another sibling to compare to.
Right.
So that was never a thing.
Right. It just kind of came about. It wasn't like I woke up one day and Abby has autism. So.
Yeah.
Jody asked, how often do you take family road trips? Or trips in general?
Like once a week. Well, every couple weeks we travel, 4 to 5 hours with Servers for Autism. That's like every 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
during the summer.
During the summer, and then throughout the year we have other activities that we go visit family. We don't go too far really. We go up to South Carolina every once in a while, but that's it's a challenge. I'm sure you guys can relate. You take Abigail to someone else's house, and it's very, very hard. Like, you go to someone's house and everybody's hanging out, and you got, drinks on the counter and stuff like that, and Abigail's going to go take what she wants and do what she wants, and our house is set up to better accommodate Abigail. If you watch the house tour video where we talk about some of the things that we've done to accommodate Abby, and some of the things we had to do in the past, so it gets very challenging. But so anywhere with a hotel, we've even gone to visit family members and stayed in a hotel instead.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So. Carlene asked Asa, how do you keep up with all the social media?
I don't. I'm really bad at it.
He's terrible.
I've told you guys before, and I continue to. I swear to you, I'm not lying. I read every single comment on YouTube. Every single one of them I read. And was the video where I told you guys to tell me your story, where you're at on this autism journey. Holy cow. I love the comments. I so much appreciate you guys spending so much time. I mean, you guys wrote me books. It was awesome. And I loved reading all of them. I really do appreciate you taking the time to do that. I spend a lot of time doing that. Priscilla's doing Facebook now, and she's doing a bang-up job of that. If you're on our Facebook... Why are there pretzels on me? Eat your pretzels. Give them to Maverick then. If you guys are on my Facebook, you notice a lot more activity now.
Yeah.
All the social media links are right down below this video in the video description. But Snapchat, you guys probably have seen I do. I'll go like a couple days where my Snapchat's awesome, and then I'll skip a day, and I try to keep up with it.
Heather, I don't know about the deeming waiver. I'm not sure what that is. We here in Florida have the med waiver, and so that is where we can receive respite and pull-ups and wipes, and it's based on the needs of the child. So I'm sure that they have other things in other states. It may just be called something different, but that's what we have here. There is a long waiting list. We were on that waiting list for 7 years, and once we started receiving services, then we keep the services. So, so we do have that here. So I'm not sure what that is that you're asking about. What time do we get up in the morning to get to school and work on time? So during the school year, Isaiah wakes up at 5:45, and he and Asa leave at what time?
6:45.
6:45, because he starts school, but he has to ride the bus. So Abigail doesn't start school until 9. So during the summer, it depends on if Isaiah has football or not, but that's typically what we do.
Freddie asked, will I ever consider going into the field of filmmaking? I mean, it's really cool. I just don't know if it's for me.
No.
It's a lot different from the path I'm trying to take. I would like to go into the field of autism research and things like that. So that's kind of more what I'm aiming towards.
Photography is a oh my gosh, we're losing it. Photography is a hobby for him, so he puts a lot of time into it, but it's just a hobby, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I have one here, Priscilla. How do you keep in touch with your friends? Do you see them? So I have different groups of friends. I have my Surfers for Autism friends, which of course I see them every few weeks during the summer, and we get to hang out and catch up then. And then I have my Abby's school parent friends, and so I see them a lot. During the school year, we get to hang out and do events at her school, and then I have friends outside of autism, of course PTA people from Isaiah's area of school, and I just try to make time for everybody. So
Emily asked me, how do your friends react when being around Abby? Very, very well. I'm proud of the people I surround myself with. I try to surround myself with good people, and I always make it known. I'm kind of the advocate for Abigail a lot of times, because if you walk into the house and you just hear Abigail screaming at the top of her lungs, but you didn't know that she had autism, it would kind of freak you out the first time you saw it. So I make sure to, of course, warn people.
I've had people over the phone ask me if we have a pet bird when Abby's yelling in the background.
Yep.
Because you can't just tell her, like, a typical child, you can't just say, hey, be quiet, I'm on the phone. That doesn't work. But we've had, I think, you still have friends that have come over to the house before, and there was definitely awkwardness.
Oh, absolutely.
Abby, she'll sit on anybody's lap. She'll, when you're sitting in a recliner and she sits with you in the recliner and you've never met this little girl before, and you're a teenage boy and she's a young girl.
Why are you on top of me?
It's really awkward. So that's happened, but they do really well with it. I mean, he's right. You surround yourself with good people. And
Samantha asks, how's respite/caregiver or respite caregiver search going?
I'll get you more, Abby. You have to sit down for me.
She is.
Just let her go. She can go.
All kinds of activities.
She's coming over here.
Okay.
So we have a few interviews that we're going to be doing this week, and I'm hoping to find some people. So this will be our last week using the company that we currently use, and we only have 2 days. Hey, can you wait just a second, please? We have to. So we only have 2 days left with them this week, and then we need somebody. So yeah. This week, hopefully, we're going to find you a new BFF. Well, not a new BFF. Summer's always your BFF, but we're going to add to the collection.
Annabelle said, hello, do you think Jacksonville's a good area to live with a kid with ASD? Are there enough therapists in schools?
Yes, we have. I think so. I don't know. Priscilla's more...
do you want candy?
More versed on this stuff.
Can I switch seats with someone?
Yeah, you want to sit here?
Can we trade off for a minute?
Yeah.
She's super busy.
Yeah. Okay. Come on.
Excuse me.
All right, switching up.
Watch out, Mom.
See if I can get who more in frame here. Watch out. Okay. How we doing? We good?
I'm gonna let me sit down. Okay.
All right, here we go.
You're busy.
Jacksonville, good place for autism.
I think Jacksonville
schools.
is awesome. There are a lot of resources, and it's constantly building. Every day, there's something new. I feel like a new group coming out. So yeah, I would definitely say that Jacksonville is a good area.
I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna butcher this name here. Naman Horn, Mr. or Mrs. Horn. Do you recommend ABA for autistic children?
Yes, we do. It may not work for every child, but it has been amazing for Abigail. So I would definitely recommend at least trying it. If you don't like the therapist, or if you don't feel that they're going in the right direction, you can always have a different therapist.
I think it's there's another pillow right over there. Isaiah, him on that pillow. I think ABA therapy is like any other therapy, anything else that you do. It depends on the child. Anything's worth trying. Definitely, go by your parental instinct, your gut. I have seen, and I'm talking about modern ABA. I know we've had, I've had this battle because I get intensely passionate about ABA and the speculation that putting Abigail through ABA is abuse. That kind of thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, check out some other videos. You can actually search for "Is ABA therapy abuse?" and you see my points on that. But I've seen parents say that their child really reacted negatively to ABA therapy.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then stop. Then do something else. It's not for your child. In Abigail's case, they're not using ABA therapy to control her or change her or take away her stims or anything of that nature. She goes to ABA therapy simply for the purpose, right now, of learning life skills and being able to dress herself and toilet and brush her teeth and all those things.
Emily asked, I know this might be a personal question, but has Abby ever spoken with words? Absolutely not a personal question. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a typical question. That's
she has never talked. We have sounds, but we've never had any kind of words. So, yeah.
Finish chewing.
No words.
And Donna, your question about at what age will Abigail quit going to school?
22. So it's just like everywhere else.
I'm giving my child Coke. Please don't judge me. That's the only beverage I have up here is my Coke. So she's getting a little Coke. Doesn't happen all the time. Don't judge my parenting.
Crystal, I've never heard of IBI, so I would say no. She has not been in there.
Adriana, why do you think Abby hasn't taken to the TV? We're not 100% sure. She just doesn't. It's not very engaging for her personally.
No.
So, at least she's not a couch potato, just staring at the TV all day.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing that we didn't have to worry about that with her just wanting to do nothing but watch, Mickey Mouse Playhouse or anything like that, or Clubhouse, whatever it's called. Yeah, I just don't. It doesn't interest her.
What?
Crystal Ann, Abby doesn't take any supplements right now.
Can you delete that? Is that?
Let me see.
I don't know what that means. Is that?
It's just Mackenzie asks, how do you handle meltdowns in public places?
How do we handle meltdowns? Well, I mean, it just depends on the meltdown. You know, sometimes it's easy to handle that, and then other times, you know, you can just redirect with something, and then other times you might need to leave a situation because it's gotten worse. So it really just depends on the meltdown.
Yeah.
And what's causing it.
Right.
We have thought about getting an RV for family travel.
Have I talked about what
I
we're
think
going to
so.
do? Have I talked about our plans, you guys? What our plans are for the channel? You know, obviously as Abby gets older, just shooting videos from home and talking about autism is not going to be... It's going to be old hat for this channel. Okay, go sit down. Sit down. It's going to be old hat for this channel, and, you know, I don't want you to become uninterested with the content, and I want Abigail to see the world. That's our dream. We want her to be able to experience and see things just like she does now, but on a grander scale. So one of our plans once Isaiah goes off to college is to get an RV and do some traveling with Abigail, take her around the country and just let her see things. And then also let, you know, we're all about awareness, so, you know, it's part of our mission, so let the world see autism.
Yeah.
All this going on. Can I go anywhere?
Emily asked, how does Abby react to teeth brushing? So we have a video specifically about teeth brushing, and it's taken a lot of work, but I think she reacts very well now. Now that we, you know, like everything else, it's just keep on working at it.
Okay, so based on according to the video, if you watch, definitely go back and watch that toothbrushing video. It started off with her just getting her to touch her teeth with the toothbrush, and that was a huge accomplishment. And then working up from there, each step, because, you know, brushing teeth is such a sensory, hard thing to do sensory-wise. So we started there. We, you know, huge amounts of praise and reward for just touching the teeth with a toothbrush. And then after that, you know, she did better and better, and now she's full on brushing her teeth with assistance.
Neil, you asked if...
I'm sorry, hold on, let me say. Melissa Arkell just said her comments are no longer going up on YouTube. It comes up with a red line beside you. That might be for too frequent of commenting. I've seen that before. Wait a little bit and then try to comment again.
YouTube can be a little finicky sometimes.
Well, they don't want, it's not finicky, it's for spamming.
She said okay.
Yeah, they don't want us to get spamming from...
We,
Back down?
Okay, we're live again.
Alright, we're back.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know what happened there.
So Neil asked, do you use visual schedules to prepare for outings? No, we're not really schedule people. We figure in real life you're not always given a schedule and, you know, a play-by-play with everything, so...
Well, that's not... I mean, so... In our lives, we're unable to schedule every single event. We're very busy being business owners, things like that. So we didn't push for that. In home, Abigail does use a schedule during ABA therapy. It helps her transition from one activity to another because it is very structured and very scheduled the time that she's in ABA. But outside of that, no. We do use her iPad to show her a picture of where we might be going, because it helps to alleviate meltdowns, you know, from her not knowing what we're doing, knowing where we're going.
And we just talk to her too. I mean, we tell her, you know, this is what we're going to do. And so sometimes she will get frustrated because I think she thinks every time we leave the house we need to be going somewhere to get something to eat or get a treat. And so it's not always the case.
You're really loud.
And then we also do, did you say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Did you say that we do use a schedule during therapy?
Yes.
Okay. But it's like quick. It's not an all-day schedule.
So Isabel asked, have you guys given some thought about CBD oil?
Yeah, I think we're still researching as far as what brand we want to go. I know we've looked at like Charlotte's Web and a few other brands. So I know, I think I don't know, are we doing it, Priscilla? Are we doing it?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know.
We don't know.
We haven't made that decision yet.
Yeah, we haven't pulled the trigger on it. I'm not...
We're dealing with other things right now.
True.
So.
Yeah, the reason why, and we don't say, oh, I don't know, because we're fuddy-duddies about, cannabis, CBD, whatever. That's not the big reason. The big reason is because we have other things going on. And to be able to implement that into Abby's life, we need to schedule it in because we're going to roll back on our medications and see if the CBD oil actually does any benefit.
Right.
Because if we can replace medications with it, pharmaceuticals with it, then I'm all for it. If it really has no effect otherwise, then, what's the point?
Yeah. Donna asked, how many students are in Abigail's class and how many teachers does she have?
They have, okay, so there's 3 teachers. There's one main teacher, a classroom para, and then Abigail and another girl share a shadow. And so there are...
There we go.
Yeah. She's excited.
Okay. You need your laptop. And we're coming back up. We're coming back up. Wait.
Maybe.
Wait for it. And we're live. Alright, we're back. Oh, what happened?
This is going to be a 3-part video, apparently.
Holy cow. Well, I think it continues the feed.